Good evening and welcome back to Stranded Alien Dawn. I have still been mucking about with trying to figure out fields. We have all our fields clear now, well, almost all our fields clear now. I'm building some more storage so we can actually store the silicon, which should be quite nice. But I've been looking at what we need to actually do in order to get some crops in. What size fields we need to get some crops in is what I mean there. So I'm trying to find like a number. Each crop is going to have its own amount needed based on the amount used. And grain is something that we're going to actually have a lot of. Way more than I originally thought. So our field that was here, there was a 12 by 12, would produce, well, a 6 by 6 produces 90 per day on average. So a 12 by 12 is 4 times that size, so that's 360 per day technically. We got 1,400 in, but I was looking at how much we're going to actually use per day. Now this assumes that all of our cooking is 100%. So bread, we're going to make 5 bread per day, which needs 10 grain, so that's 50 grain. Also requires oils and fats. That's not from grain, that's fine. Coffee. Now I don't know if we're going to actually be making 5 a day, but let's just assume we are. There's 100 a day, so already on 150 grain per day from just these two. Meat pie doesn't do anything, and the fruit flambe does require grain. It requires alcoholic beverages, and the only alcoholic beverage we have to make at the moment is here, which is moonshine, and moonshine requires 100 grain. Now this requires 5 alcoholic beverages and 10 fruits. And this requires 100 to make 1, I believe. No, it makes 5. 100 for 5. So there's 100. So there's 250 between those. That's per day. This is assuming everything runs 100 in there. Veggie pizza uses grain. So there's another 50. 300 per day. Tea does not. That uses smoke leaf. I think I'm making tea with tea ball somewhere else as well. Meat stew does not require anything. Mushroom croquettes do require grain. There's another 50, 350 per day. Veggie stew is good, and tea balls is good. So we're at 350 grain per day if everything was being run full. Now, we won't be doing that because we won't be having as much food being consumed. That is just always assuming that we're making 5 of each per day and then consuming 5 of each per day, which doesn't happen. You're going to consume 1 meal a day, I think. Then consume 1 meal a day. Might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 meal a day. But if I want to go and put in a crop size, which is 350, then I have updated the spreadsheet ever so slightly, so we can now type in numbers and have a look see here. I would need a field size of 140. Now 12 by 12 is 144. So if we did a 12 by 12 plot, that's 10 by 10. But if we did a 12 by 12 plot, that would be what we needed. However, there is another thing that I have to take into consideration, and that is the harvesting and planting of them. Only one survivor can harvest a field or plant a field. I literally, when the field popped up there, I grabbed 3 people and I go, hey, all 3 of you go and harvest this field. The last person I told to do it when I did it, the other 2 went off. You can only have 1 person doing the job at once. I'm sure I've seen multiple people harvesting a farm, but I can't seem to set it manually to do it. So I'm going to assume only 1 person can harvest a crop at once, which means rather than having 1 big crop, big field of that size, we have multiple smaller ones, because then we've got 3 people that like farming. Emmeline, Talis and Vanessa will do farming. Yoko and Sora will not do farming. But if I have that and I have 3 fields, that means they can be getting in the crops 3 times faster by having 3 fields, and they can plant them faster as well. So it just seems to make sense in my head to do that, to have smaller fields. So what say we come here and we go a 10 by 3. I want 40. Hold on. So what is 140 divided by 3? It is 46.66. So we really want 3 groups of 50. So I should do a 3 by 5, a 10 by 5, and then another 10 by 5, and then another 10 by 5. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. You go to there. Boom. For the grain. And that would be the best way to do grain. And that's enough grain to give us 350 to go. It's technically slightly more. That's 150. We need 140, so it's slightly over. But we are going to have lower because the soil is actually only 10%. It's we're down to 90%, so that's fine. We are not going to actually use as much grain, so this probably is going to go to waste a lot. But we have freezers. We have freezers that can store things. So yeah, maybe I'll look at, so 350. Let's half that. Let's half that. Let's half 350. That's not 2. That's 175. Let's go 175, shall we? Means we need 70. Okay, so 50. We'll go with 100. We'll go with 100. We'll that. We'll go there. Which is the biggest field you can have, a 10 by 10. But we split it in 2, so that they can harvest it quicker. So, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So we'll go with half. So we're assuming that we need 350 a day. We're only going to consume half that food. Probably not even need that. So there you go. That should do it. A 10 by 10 should be enough to do the grain, which is the biggest field you can do with grain. That's fine. So juice leaf produces juice leaf, which is not a fruit, I don't believe. What is juice leaf used for? Meat pie can do the cactus fruits. I need to get more cactus fruits actually. Alright, so this is veggie pizza uses juice leaf. Okay. Kind of wish there was a used in our veggie stew uses vegetable. So juice leaf is considered a vegetable. Okay. So we don't need anything dramatic for that, for juice leaf. It doesn't have to be anywhere near as big. So what if we did a 4 by 10, a 40? That would give us 100 a day. Just going, but yeah, I think we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Barrel cactus we do want, and in fact we want more than what we currently have, I believe. I don't know how big the field is we currently have. I think it's 12 by 12, but we want more. We want more barrel cactus because we need. Well, it's food. It's food for our animals as well. They are starting to suffer a little bit without having any food to eat. So let's just go with the biggest field I can do with that. If I want to get 100, I need a 50. It says 53. The only one that's got an odd number, and I think it's because of just the way it's done here. But yeah, we need a 53 field, which is like a 5 by 10 or 3 by it's yeah. So what is 15 by 15? What I should do is I will be right back. Just a moment. Okay, so this is going to make a lot more sense now. Rather than trying to figure it all out in my head, let's let the spreadsheet do it instead, shall we? So, with the grain grass, which we've done already, so I'm going to go with, we need a field that is 9 by 9. We have a field that is 10 by 10, so we're going to get a little bit more than we need. That's okay. We can always turn more of it into other things. I think grain can be used in... Yeah, it makes vegetable as well, which I didn't take into account that lots of things require vegetable. We're making that from grain as well. So we probably need more than that. So we'll go with a 10 by 10 field. We'll see how it goes. If it goes wrong, we'll extend it. I'm going to leave gap space here to extend it. But when we look at other things, like for instance, juice leaf. juice leaf, which is what we was on. Juice leaf here. If I want to get 100 per day, and I don't know if I need 100 per day. I think I do. I think I do need 100 per day. We want to build a field that is 16 by 16, and that takes into account it automatically figures out the size. That's 40 farm plots needed, and of course a plot is 2 by 2. So it needs to be 40. It needs to be 16 by 16 in order to produce 100 per day. Do we need 100 per day? I haven't checked this number right here. So what do we look at here? So juice leaf is not in there. It's not there. It is there, which is 50 per day. And it is there, but that's shared with others. So we'll go with 50 per day. We'll go with 50. Change the number down to 50, which means we now need a crop that is 12 by 12. It automatically knows and can automatically knows. It's the wonders of modern day spreadsheets. It knows you need 20 plots and knows that the closest plot size to that squared is 12 by 12. Now if we come here and we do a 12 by 12, there you go. That's juice leaf. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the next one, barrel cactus. Now barrel cactus is a weird one. That's this one here. I've removed the field for a minute so we can do it. This one because we do use it in here. It's used as a vegetable. It is used in another recipe as well. There. So that's 50. And it is used to well, I'm not taming anymore, but it is used here as well for these. You can put down whatever you want to do here, so like they can eat distasteful flowers, which is fine, and cactus roots and all this sort of stuff. So oh, and hay as well. Didn't do hay. Haven't done hay. Maybe we could put some hay in here. We could get some hay going, but yeah. So I need to make sure I have spare food for this. If not, I could put grain in here because I feel like we're going to probably use a lot of grain. But this is running low, so we're going to do it. So let's go. Barrel cactus would also go with 50, which means we need an 18 by 18 crop for the barrel cactus. Okay. Well, that's 15 by 15. We want to go. Yeah, so bottom is 15 by 15, and if we extend this here, that will be 15, 16, 18, that'll be 18. Then we'll extend it along here, boop, and extend it again there. We'll figure there is an 18 by 18 for barrel cactus. That's just to keep 50 barrel cactus a day coming in. That's what I'm going to go with. Hopefully this balances out. As I said, the soil isn't as good for them, so they're going to drop down. We're not making as much food, we're not using as much food, so that should counter that one, and so hopefully we'll find a balance. Okay, tall cactus is next. Tall cactus can go jump. I don't care about tall cactus. I'm not going to plant it down. Don't care about it. The only thing about it is that it does just bloom over and over and over. So it's not something that's terrible. That's terribly it's not. It doesn't need planting every time. They just need to go and harvest it every time. But I think I'm just going to ignore tall cactus. I might put some in here, like I don't know, 1 or 2 of them, but not right now. Branch cactus is used for medicine, so we do not need a lot of these at all. We do not need a lot of these at all whatsoever. So I've gone with 10 per day. 10 per day, which actually is an 8 by 8 field, which is quite a lot. But well, that's to be expected. If we come over here and do an 8 by 8 there, there you go. That's for our branch cactus. Cloth again, 10 by 10. Over the cloth, here it is, cloth bottom, and if I'm going with just want 10 a day, because cloth is something you use a lot of to make things and then don't use it for a while, and then use a lot and then don't, and so forth. But just at 10 a day needs a 3x3 field, which is tiny considering this is a 1x1 crop. So let's come down here. Let's put in a little 3x3 cloth bottom field right there. I'm trusting the process. I am absolutely trusting the process. Skin bark. Again, we'll go with 10x10. And it needs a 9x9 field. So I'm here and put in a 9x9. We can put little things in between these if we want to. And again, it doesn't have to be 9x9. It could be longer. It needs so many, but I'm just doing it square. Just doing it square to make life easier. Silicon leaf. I'm also going to set to 10 because we've got a lot in stock right now. I believe 495. Yeah, we've got a lot in stock right now. So we'll go with 10. This one may need updating in the future, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to put it over here. And this needs to be also a 9x9. Oh, well, in that case, let's put it here. 9x9. Boom. That should give us 10 per day on average. On average. Smoke leaf is a weird one. Smoke leaf, I think, is only used in one place at the moment, and that is tea here. But we're also making tea from tea balls. However, smoke leaf can also be dried. To become dried smoke leaf, and I don't know what that's used for. So it's not used in any clothing or anything. I don't know what dried smoke leaf is used for. So I might go with 10. I might go with 10 for that. And so that needs a 4x4. For smoke leaf. So we can do it requires 16 plots, so that's 9, 12, 15. We'll go with 15. We'll go with 15. There you go. Boom. Slightly under what we're going for. Should have 16 plots, but we're going for 15. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Glitter claps are mushrooms. Now I do want to have a lot of mushrooms doing things, so I'm gonna go with 50, I think. Because they are used in many crops here, so they're used as a vegetable anywhere that uses vegetables. So yeah, mushroom croquettes they use as well. There's 50 there. That's not used that much there. That's not used there or there. So okay, we'll go with 50. We'll go with 50, which is a 9x9 field. Maha. Okay. Okay. I want to leave this spare. I don't think we're going to need to. I don't think we're going to need to, but I am going to leave it spare. So 9x9. There we go. Glitter claps. Heptagonia is the same deal. Going to go with 50 for Heptagonia. However, Heptagonia is a big one. It's we don't have any at the moment. It actually requires a 16x16 field. So the same size as this one, which is kind of awkward because I don't have anywhere to put a 16x16 field. Yeah, might put them back here. Needs to be the same size as this one. Can I get it in there? Can I get it in there? Is that 16? Is that going to let me do 16? No, it's not. Let's go one further than that. Maybe we move the juicy field up to here. I did say about expanding the grain. We can always expand it later. I wish there was a move. I'd like there to be a move. How big was juice leaf? Juice leaf was 12x12. Oof, there you go. Let's remove this field. This one was branch cactus. Remove that field, remove that field. Okay. So we want barrel cactus, which is an 18x18. And then we want heptagonia, which is 16 by 16. Barrel cactus is 18 by 18, and we have to come down here, do 15, and extend it on this side by 3. Oop, like that. There we go. And then heptagonia is a 16 by 16. Is like that, and then has to be extended one blip all the way along. Oh, oof, like that. There you go. Okay. And then it was branch cactus, wasn't it, that we did, which needs an 8 by 8. Let's go down here at the end. Oof, there you go. Okay, so heptagonia. So now we got the other ones. We've got like giant grass, blade grass, palm, palm trees and bed trees. That sort of thing I'm going to leave for the moment. I'm probably going to put them here. We've got a group of trees. I'm going to put some hay in as well. Although we do have loads of hay. I didn't know you could feed hay. I did know you could feed hay to animals, but I didn't realise I could feed hay to animals. That one's got this clapped up grain. How about we just feed you grain and hay and distasteful flowers, because we don't like the distasteful flowers. Okay, so there we go. There we go. There is our crops. I'm going to move this branch cactus over to here. Yeah. Oof. Awesome. So yeah, there's all our fields laid out, ready to go, and that should give us enough food and supplies, other bits and pieces to go and do the things we want to do. Some of these large ones I probably should split up so that they can plant multiple at the same time. But grain's really the staple of the entire system, so we're going to want to have the grain coming in to make sure it's correct, which is kind of why I wish I did not bury this in the way I have done now. I've got a crop over there. Maybe I can move this juice leaf over here. How big was juice leaf? How big was juice leaf? Juice 12. Farming leaf. By 12. There we go. I'll put the juice leaf there, and then I'm going to remove this field so that we can extend the grain if we need to. I don't think we will, but we may need to. What do with trees? I think I'll extend this tree field out. In fact, you know what? Let's just do it now. It's got loads of actual logs on the floor because we don't have storage. So no, let's not. Let's leave that. But we might extend this one out and then do things. We don't use a lot of wood, so having a small area is not too bad. If we're going to feed hay to them, then maybe hay is a good thing. I wish I could plant metal. Not how it works, I know, but I wish I could plant scrap metal and have scrap metal come out of the ground. That'd be quite nice. Also, if we could plant emergency rations and get an emergency ration tree, that would be great. But, well, we're not right now, so yeah. Okay. Something else I've done as well, you may have noticed, is I have named our dromedar very creatively A, B, C, D for the moment. And my reasoning behind that is so that I can go, as we get more and more come along, I can be like, okay, so the first one going to be killed is going to be A or B. Okay, A or B. Because they're the first two. So I know that. So basically what I'll do is I go, okay, so how many, so the kids you had one female and you had one male. So that means that we can kill either. It doesn't matter. We can slaughter either one and get the meat from it, and that's fine, it's not a problem. But if we have like 3 females, obviously I want to kill the females and leave the males alive, so on and so forth. I don't know whether they do a whole whether you can just have a bull and loads of females. I guess that's how it would work. It's how it works in real life. You can have loads of, like with cows anyway, you have loads of cows and one bull, and that one bull obviously has a calf with all of them. I guess this would be the same. We just kill all the males and keep one male on there. I don't know if they age. I don't see any thing that tells me that they age or anything. So maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They're not very happy because they haven't got the right food. So, but oh well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we have our crops being grown. That's good. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. We're getting a bit more storage for us to store some more things with storage. They are exactly the same as these ones here. I do want to put in a dryer, which is something I took out a long time ago. I'm going to put in a small drying rack. A small stick drying rack. We're going to put it. Can I put it there? I can put it right there. Awesome. Off. There you go. And you, stick drying rack. I can click on you. You are going to only be the smoke leaf. And I just want to find out what happens if we convert some smoke leaf into dried smoke leaf. Find out what it's used for. We have plenty of cloth. Plenty of sin bark. Cloth is ridiculous at the moment. We've got so much cloth, it's unbelievable. So, yeah. And I told them to all harvest these, so actually cut these, so when they grow up, they'll be cut down next time around. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to bring this one to a close here, and I do not know what to do next. I suppose we're just going to have to carry on going through the tech tree. And see what other things we can get as time comes along, because yeah, fuel fermentation, we can get fuel from bugs. Nice. Orbital radio. Carbon rooms. Ooh. Brick rooms. 3 bricks becomes 3 hay becomes 5 bricks. 3 hay becomes 5 bricks. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the materials for rooms actually do. I think they're tougher, so that when you get attacked, we don't have attack. So we're playing the game on easy mode. Very easy mode. So I might just start queuing up some stuff and just let it go. What we're doing is basically having a quick look in here every now and then, be like, okay, so that's 12 hours, that's the quickest one, let's do that one. What will come next? Your 1 day, or 1.5 days, 2 days, like that. That's what we're doing. And then as time goes on, yeah, we want to do all the research. So let's start doing all the research as well. I've not really sent anybody on any expeditions recently. We haven't had anything. We've got some spaceship debris, but we haven't really had any unique events. If we do get them, I will send Sora off to them, simply because you never know, we might find somebody new. But we shall leave this one here, and we shall come back next time, and we will carry on there. Lots of crops. I've finally figured out the crop ratio. We are good. We have the formula. We have the formula for the crops. I'm also going to extend this field. No, I'm not, because it's a 2. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.